Ukrainian political leader Petro Poroshenko from Kiev. He's the front runner in the upcoming elections, a billionaire businessman and a former foreign minister. Mr. Poroshenko, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. Can I ask you, do you believe that Ukrainian territory
Thank you very much indeed, Christian.
Is threatened? Do you believe that Ukraine is further threatened?
Thank you very much for the question, Christian. I strongly believe that this is not only Ukrainian territory is now threatened. I think after today's events and what's happened today in Crimea, when so-called the cold period of the war is finished, and we have the first officer was killed and two more is injured, is the means that the whole system of the European and global security is finished. And all the efforts we undertake through the UN Security Council, through the OECD, through the European Union, or direct negotiation, is demonstrate that this is not stop the aggression and this is not save the life of Ukrainian military officer.
Well, those are strong words, and I see some strong criticism. What is it, you think, then, that is going to stop any more military moves into Ukraine?
Yeah, we understand that we have this danger, and today the Ukrainian armed forces are in the complete readiness to reject any attack of the aggressor. And we give our General Staff and Minister of Defense give the right for Ukrainian officers and soldiers to use the weapon to defend themselves and to defend Ukrainian territory. Can you imagine we speak like that in the 21st century, in the center of Europe, between the two countries, Ukraine and Russia? Even 1 month ago, anybody cannot imagine anything like that. Today, we understand that the new system, new approach should be undertaken. And we absolutely sure that the new treaty for the security, new version of the Budapest Nuclear Memorandum should be developed, and the possibilities of the United States and United Kingdom as a guarantee for the Ukraine, which voluntarily rejected from the Third World Nuclear Arsenal, should be renegotiated, and we should present absolutely new system of security in Europe, in the world.
Are you asking for your nuclear arsenal back?
Not at all. We are responsible politicians, and Ukraine is a peaceful country. But we are now under aggression. More than 2 million Ukrainian population is on the occupied territory. More than 700,000 of Ukrainian, Crimean Tatars, Ukrainian military personnel is now under occupation, and we don't know in how big danger is their lives and their securities. And we undertake that we should rethink the global system of the security, and Ukraine should propose absolutely new concept of our security. And we undertake that today our Speaker of the Parliament, acting President, Prime Minister, Parliament of Ukraine, and the whole Ukrainian people are ready to undertake the very serious step to guarantee the security of our country. And we think that the negotiation and absolutely active steps which now demonstrate the whole world after the aggression should bring the situation to the following. The Crimea should be deoccupied. Crimea all the time would be Ukrainian. And the situation will bring now the Russian Federation, one of the leaders of the world and a member of the UN security countries, to the global isolation. And I think that we should find out the way, the peaceful solution from this situation. And from day to day, less and less hope left for this solution.
One of the ways to achieve that kind of solution would be to have negotiations with the Russians, with the Russian leadership. President Obama called for that yesterday. Are you having any conversations at all with Russian leaders or any members of the Ukrainian government?
Not at all. Can you imagine that we have a very deep crisis? We have a presence for more than 2 weeks, foreign troops on the Ukrainian territory in Crimea, And the Russian leadership is rejecting for any direct negotiation with any of Ukrainians representative of the either government, parliament, military forces, or Minister of Foreign Affairs. And we are ready, and we ask for the United States, for the European Union to arrange this negotiation. And until today, we don't have any tiny sign for the readiness from the Russian side for the direct negotiation. And this is the behavior of the aggressor. And we think that I'm a former diplomat, I'm a former Minister of Foreign Affairs, and I think that is absolutely irresponsible, this way of providing the relationship between Ukraine and Russia, and we demanding that immediately we start negotiation, Crimea would be deoccupied, and those who is responsible for the victims, for killing of Ukrainian soldier, for the Ukrainian officer, should be punished. And we demanding the independent investigation of that, because we have a feeling that we are at the beginning of the very dangerous conflict. And we should do our best to stop this process.
You talk about a future conflict. You talked about Russia as the aggressor. I want to play for you a portion of what President Putin said in the Duma today regarding fears of Russia going beyond Crimea into Ukraine proper. Listen to what he said.
Those who say that Russia is intimidating you, frightening you in other regions, we do not want to divide Ukraine. We do not need that as far as Crimea is concerned.
So he's basically saying that there's no more military moves into Ukraine. Do you believe that?
Look, several weeks ago, we have a guarantee that nothing happened with the Crimea. Several weeks ago, we have that there is no any military presence of Russia in Ukrainian territory, including the Crimea. So this is the undermining any trust between the whole world and Russia, and we now should be responsible to renew this trust. And for renew this trust, this is the one demand: deoccupying the Crimea and canceling what's happened today. I think that on the 20th of March, on the General Assembly of the United Nations, we will see what is the whole world estimate this aggression, this annexion of Ukrainian territory. And I think that the events which now take place in Crimea is united my country. We think that we are ready to defend our country. We are united, and we are thankful to the whole world for demonstrating the solidarity with us. Again, we're talking not about the Ukrainian security and not about the regional security. We're talking about that this last act of aggression is ruined the global architecture of the security, and we don't have anymore any system working. And we now should think about that, to create the new mechanism of the security, not to allow to repeat once again anywhere in the world, including Europe, because now under attack can be any country of the European Union, including other parts of Ukraine. That's why we should think that it's never happened. It can never happen again. So the whole world should be united to stop and to clean Ukrainian territory.
Petro Poroshenko, thank you very much for joining me from Kiev. And to that point, yesterday on this program, the NATO Secretary General condemned Vladimir Putin's redrawing of borders, as he put it. As Putin makes like Peter or Catherine the Great, we might forgive one defeated U.S. presidential candidate for saying, "I told you so." During the 2012 campaign, Republican Mitt Romney said this about Russia.
This is, without question, our #1 geopolitical